Razorback fans and whatnot want Tennessee to get the hammer dropped on them. It's all a load of crap. It's all the NCAA has nothing to stand on because everybody's doing this. Everybody is paying players. Everybody is giving players money to go to their school, not to represent a business. That's all just a farce, and we know it's a farce. It's ridiculous. Pay these players a salary. Let them unionize or whatever. I'm not a big union person, but something's got to be done because this is just completely ridiculous what's going on right now in college sports, especially in football, basketball, players jumping back and forth. You're going to lose the fans. You're going to lose fans. Now, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I think NIL is a good thing, okay, for Arkansas. It can be a good thing if you really embrace it and do it right. And I'll say this, too, for the basketball game last night, this is the first time I've really seen a whole lot of NIL talk. Saw a video before the game about NIL, saw some messages here and there about NIL, and that's what Arkansas has to do because that's the landscape that we're in right now. If you have to play ball just like everybody else. Ole Miss can't just have a leg up on you because you don't want to play ball. So I'll just say that what NIL is you have a collective and everybody donates to the collective. The fans, you're the ones that's being asked. The athletic department makes tens of millions of dollars. And what was it? No, $167 million in revenue last year. Coaches are getting paid $6.5 million at Arkansas. But if Arkansas doesn't get a player, it's because they didn't have enough NIL money because the fans didn't donate enough, on top of everything else that you're asked to do. So you're asked to donate to a collective. The collective, in turn, has businesses that sponsor it, and then I guess it just distributes which player represents what business from their pool of money, and the player puts out a tweet or something or goes to an autograph signing. It's all about – and players are being promised money coming out of high school. They're being recruited off NIL. This is what we can do for you NIL-wise. Players are being retained year to year by NIL money. And, players you see players leave to enter the transfer portal, and it's confusing. Why did they wait so late? Well, they wanted to get their last NIL payment. It's all just completely ridiculous. We are just paying players. Stop dancing around it. Stop acting like it's not going to happen. Have some reform. Somebody figure this stuff out. Somebody who's paid to figure it out. I'm just paid to talk or write. I don't have the answer for this, but what I do know is what's going on right now is just ludicrous. Being able to transfer at will, being able to, and there's tampering going on. You cannot, guys, I can 100% promise you there is absolutely tampering going on. Arkansas players are being tampered with. There are schools, whether it's head coach or players or representatives or whatever, that are picking players off Arkansas's roster and off other schools' roster. And Arkansas may be doing the same. I don't have the same experience. I just know from covering Arkansas that other schools reach in and say, "Hey, we could do this for you. We could do this for you at wherever." That happens. The whole thing is corrupt. It's as corrupt as it's ever been. And it's all under this loophole. The whole thing is a loophole. It's all under this one loophole. The whole system is based on a loophole. It used to be gray shirting a player or blue shirting a player, not technically recruiting them and doing in-homes and having them come on an official visit. It was a loophole around to getting them to count against the next year class, and not count against the current recruiting class. There was things like that, random little loopholes that somebody found an answer to. This is a whole system based on a loophole. Now, it can be good for Arkansas sports, but you got to embrace it. It's got to be embraced. I do think that there just needs to be some kind of reform. There needs to be some transparency. We don't know how much players are making. I mean, nobody knows. You have no idea. A player could tell you. You just say to a coach, "Hey, yeah, this school offered me $200,000. What can you do?" And it could be a complete lie. You have no idea of knowing it. You bring a player into your program, who may be lightly recruited. You develop them over the years, and you get them to a point where they're ready. They come in, they have a good season, and somebody else plucks them away. And you've invested all that. And sure, the players contributed to you as a program. There's been a give and take, but and it all stems from coaches the idea, with the immediate transfer also, which is a problem with this whole thing because it all came along at the same time. People were going, coaches can move along anytime they want. Well, yeah, but they also have buyouts, and somebody's got to pay a buyout. This is just players leaving you, This isn't like a buyout deal. And it's also coaches could leave any time if they were really successful. Most coaches didn't have the option of just hopping over to another school. And it was also under the guise of players should be able to hop around whenever they want. But what we've run into here is good players can hop around. But for average players, this isn't a good spot to be in. You got players entering the transfer portal who will never come out, who will never get a college degree, who will just sit in the transfer portal and end up working some menial job because, they won't be remembered as players who went through the process, who walked on senior day, who are part of this team or whatever. They'll just be guys that come through the system, fill a gap. You weren't good enough after a couple years. Think it's probably best that you hit the transfer portal. Some of those guys find a home. Some of them never do. Average college football players don't make big-time bucks. Good college football players do. But if you're average or below average, you're not getting anything. You're going to be asked to leave. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's all a bunch of crap. It really is. I mean, NIL, the system of collectives and stuff, it's not, I don't know why I'm going on this long tangent on it. That wasn't my intention, but I just started and I kept on going. So that's where we are. Arkansas needs Arkansas Edge to succeed. Okay? There's no question about that because this is the landscape that we're in college sports. They need Arkansas Edge to succeed. What I'd been told, there had been rumors that Arkansas basketball players aren't getting what they were promised in NIL. That's not true. That's not true. Okay? Stop with that. First of all, that's not true. Secondly, as far as money for the future, I have heard that could be an issue. And it's not just basketball, but it's impacted by football because football is 75% of the revenue. And football is going to impact everything. Football success is going to impact everything. So when the football team goes 4-8, everybody else is going to feel it. I have seen, I've looked at Arkansas Edge. It looks like a much better setup than what when Arkansas was. It's actually not just charity-based, which is great. Charities are great. Support charities. But if you're going to compete in the college football landscape, you need businesses to be involved in your NIL. You just do. And so what I've seen is it's set up a lot more like the Grove Collective, which I think is kind of the standard, where you can donate monthly, you can donate, one time, you can donate an annual deal, you can do it however you want to do it, and it caters to everybody. One Arkansas I felt like was just more catering to people with very deep pockets, and this is hey, I want to throw in $25, or a kid gets $20 for his birthday. Dad, can I throw in $5 for the Hogs? Yeah, sure you can, son. I guess have some knowledge that, hey, you helped bring that player here, some kind of, I don't know, some connection there. But this is the landscape of college football. And if you want Arkansas sports to succeed, then you have to donate to the NIL collective. And the onus is on the fans to do that. And it's not just the deep pocket guys, it's everybody. So how much do you want to win is the question.